Leviticus chapter 1. The Lord, totally called out to Moses, all dramatic and stuff, from the tabernacle where everyone hung out, saying, "Hey Moses, tell the Israelites this. If anyone feels like bringing me, the big guy, an offering, they can totally bring one from their cattle, either from their herd or their flock. Super important, okay? If it's a burnt sacrifice from the herd, it's gotta be a flawless dude, cow, no scratches or blemishes or whatever. And oh my gosh, it has to be totally voluntary, from the heart, Bring it to the tabernacle door to offer it up to me. Then, they're gonna lay their hand on the cow's head, kinda like a you got this, bro moment, and it'll be accepted for their atonement. So rad. After that, they'll need to, deal with the cow before me, humanely, obs. Then Aaron's sons, the priest's crew, will sprinkle the blood all around the altar at the tabernacle entrance. Like, whoa. Then they'll flay the burnt offering and chop it into pieces. Very precision work, totally pro vibes. Aaron's priest squad will light up the altar with a fire, all neat and tidy, and stack the wood just right. Then they'll arrange the parts, the head, the fat, the whole deal, on the wood, making it all ready for the fire. Barbecue time, but holy. Oh, and the guts and legs? They get washed first, like hygiene is totally a thing, duh. Then the priest burns everything on the altar as a burnt sacrifice. It's a sweet, smoky aroma for the Lord. Total divine chill vibes. If the offering's from the flocks, like a sheep or a goat, same rules apply, primo male, no flaws allowed. Only the best for the big kahuna. They'll take care of it on the north side of the altar, do the blood sprinkle thing, and make it all official-like. Then they'll chop it up into pieces, the head, the fat, the works, and stack it on the altar wood, just like before. The guts and legs? Rinse them good first. Then the priest burns it all up on the altar. It's a burnt offering, made by fire, with that signature sweet aroma for the Lord. Classic holy vibes. If someone's bringing a bird for their offering, like a turtle dove or a young pigeon, that's cool too. The priest will bring the bird to the altar, handle it all proper, burn it, and let the blood drip down the altar's side. Totally sacred stuff. Then they'll pluck off the feathers and toss them on the ash pile east of the altar. Clean vibes all around. Finally, they'll split the bird open, but no dissecting it completely. The priest burns it all on the altar's firewood for a burnt offering. Another sweet, smoky aroma for the Lord. Righteous dude. Leviticus chapter 2. So if someone wants to totally bring a meat offering to the Lord, it's gotta be made of the finest flour. Pour some oil on it, sprinkle on some frankincense, and make it all fancy-like. Then you take it to Aaron's sons, the priest's crew, and they'll grab a handful of the flour, oil, and all that frankincense. The priest burns it on the altar as a fire offering. It smells so divine to the Lord. Whatever's left from the meat offering? That's for Aaron and his boys. It's super holy, a primo part of the offerings made by fire to the Lord. Oh, and if you're bringing a meat offering baked in the oven, it should be unleavened cakes of fine flour mixed with oil or unleavened wafers brushed with oil. Like no yeast, okay? If it's baked in a pan instead, same deal, fine flour, no yeast, mixed with oil. Keep it simple but fab. Break it into pieces and pour some oil on top. Boom. That's your meat offering, dude. Now, if you're cooking it in a frying pan, same vibe, fine flour and oil. Classic combo. Bring the meat offering you made to the Lord, and the priest will present it at the altar. Like, all ceremonial and stuff. Then the priest takes a part of it, like a memorial piece, and burns it on the altar. It's an offering by fire, and the smell is just heavenly. Whatever's left? That's Aaron's and his sons. Again, super holy stuff from the Lord's fire offerings. By the way, No meat offering can have leaven or honey in it when you're offering it to the Lord by fire. No rising agents, no sugary sweeteners. Just the pure vibes. If you're bringing the first fruits as an offering, that's rad, but don't burn them on the altar as a sweet aroma. It's a different kind of deal. Oh, and every single meat offering must have salt. Like, don't skip it, it's the salt of the covenant with your God. Totally sacred. So, sprinkle salt on all your offerings. If you're offering a first fruits meat offering, bring roasted green ears of corn, dried by the fire, and corn kernels beaten out of full ears. Like farm-to-altar freshness, you know? Drizzle some oil on it, add frankincense, and you're good to go. That's your meat offering, all fancy and ready. The priest will burn part of it, the roasted corn, some oil, and all the frankincense, on the altar. It's a fire offering to the Lord. So totally holy barbecue vibes. Leviticus chapter 3. If someone wants to bring a peace offering to the Lord, it can totally be from the herd, and it can be a dude or a lady cow, but it's gotta be flawless. Only the best vibes for the big guy. Then they lay their hand on the animal's head, it's like a spiritual connection or whatever, and take care of it at the tabernacle entrance. Aaron's priest squad will sprinkle the blood all around the altar. So intense, but sacred, you know? For the offering, they'll take the fat covering the insides and all the other fat on the inside as a fire offering to the Lord. Oh, and don't forget the 2 kidneys, the fat around them by the flanks, and the little flap of fat above the liver. That all gets removed too. Aaron's sons will burn all of that on the altar, right on top of the burnt sacrifice. It's all stacked on the wood in the fire, making that sweet aroma for the Lord. Total divine barbecue vibes. If the peace offering is from the flock, it can be a male or a female, but again, no flaws, okay? Like, keep it pristine. If they're offering a lamb, they'll bring it before the Lord. Then they'll lay their hand on the lamb's head, handle it at the tabernacle, and Aaron's sons will sprinkle the blood around the altar. For the offering, they'll take the fat, the rump, right by the backbone, and the fat that covers the insides and all the other fat on the inside. Oh, and the 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and that little flap of fat above the liver? All of it gets removed. The priest burns all of this on the altar as food for the fire offering. It's totally for the Lord. If they're offering a goat instead, they'll present it before the Lord too. Then they'll do the hand on the head thing, handle it at the tabernacle, and Aaron's sons will sprinkle the blood all around the altar. For the offering, they'll take the fat covering the insides, all the other fat on the inside. The 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and that little flap of fat above the liver. All of it gets removed, no shortcuts. The priest will burn all of that on the altar. It's the food of the fire offering for that sweet, savory aroma the Lord loves. Oh, and by the way, all the fat? That's totally the Lord's. And here's the deal forever and ever. No matter where you live or how many generations pass, you're not supposed to eat fat or blood. Like ever. It's a hardcore rule. Leviticus chapter 4. The Lord was totally talking to Moses and said, "Tell the Israelites, if someone messes up and sins accidentally against my commandments, doing stuff they shouldn't, here's the deal. If the anointed priest sins in the same way as the people, he's got to bring a flawless young bull as a sin offering to the Lord. No exceptions, okay? He'll take the bull to the entrance of the tabernacle where everyone hangs out, lay his hand on its head, like major atonement vibes, and then, handle the bull there before the Lord. The anointed priest will take some of the bull's blood and bring it into the tabernacle. Then he dips his finger in the blood and sprinkles it 7 times in front of the curtain in the sanctuary. After that, he'll smear some of the blood on the horns of the altar of sweet incense, which is in the tabernacle, and pour the rest at the base of the altar of burnt offerings outside by the entrance. total cleanse the vibes move. Then he's gotta remove all the fat from the bull, like the stuff covering the insides and all the fat on them. Oh, and don't forget the kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and that little flap of fat above the liver. Gotta take that out too. Just like with the peace offerings, the priest will burn all of it on the altar of burnt offerings. Fire and faith, you know? But the skin, the meat, the head, the legs, the guts, and the poop? So the whole bull gets hauled out of the camp to a super clean spot where they dump the ashes. Then, it gets totally burned on a wood fire in the ash dump area. If the entire crew of Israelites messes up accidentally and breaks one of the Lord's commandments, like, oops, and nobody even realizes it at first, that's a problem. But when they finally figure out their bad vibes, the whole congregation has to bring a young bull as a sin offering and take it to the tabernacle. The elders of the congregation will lay their hands on the bull's head in front of the Lord. Total team effort vibes. And then the bull is handled there before the Lord. The anointed priest will take some of the bull's blood and bring it into the tabernacle. Then he dips his finger in the blood and sprinkles it 7 times before the Lord, right in front of the curtain. Holy cleansed energy move. Next, the priest smears some of the blood on the horns of the altar in the tabernacle and pours the rest at the base of the burnt offering altar outside by the entrance. Then he takes all the bull's fat and burns it on the altar. Gotta give it all up to the Lord, you know? The priest does the same thing with this bull as he does for any sin offering. Like, same process, no shortcuts. He makes atonement for the people, and their sins are totally forgiven. How awesome is that? So the priest takes the bull outside the camp, burns it up just like the first one. It's a sin offering for the whole squad, you know? If a ruler totally sins accidentally and breaks one of the Lord's commandments, big oops, but doesn't realize it at first, that's on him. But when he figures out he messed up, he's gotta bring a flawless male goat as his offering. No scratches, no dents, top tier only. Then he lays his hand on the goat's head, it's like saying, "My bad, bro," and handles it in the same spot where they do the burnt offerings. It's a sin offering. The priest takes some of the goat's blood, dabs it on the altar's horns with his finger, and pours the rest at the base of the altar of burnt offerings. Then all the goat's fat gets burned on the altar, just like the peace offerings. The priest does his atonement thing, and boom, sins forgiven. So awesome, right? If a regular dude or dudette sins accidentally and does something the Lord said not to do, that's not chill. But when they realize their mistake, they've gotta bring a flawless female goat as their sin offering to make things right. They lay their hand on the goat's head, it's super symbolic, and then handle it at the burnt offering spot. The priest takes some blood, dabs it on the horns of the altar, and pours the rest at the bottom of the altar. Then he takes all the goat's fat, just like with the peace offerings, and burns it on the altar. The sweet aroma is totally heavenly for the Lord. The priest does the atonement thing, and forgiveness happens. If they bring a lamb instead of a goat, it's gotta be a flawless female. Gotta keep it pristine, you know? They lay their hand on the lamb's head, handle it at the burnt offering spot, and it's all set for the sin offering. The priest takes some of the lamb's blood, dabs it on the altar's horns, and pours the rest at the base of the altar. Then he takes all the fat, just like with the lambs and the peace offerings, and burns it on the altar. It's all about the fire offerings for the Lord. The priest does the atonement thing, and forgiveness is totally granted. Like, how righteous is that? Leviticus chapter 5. So if someone totally sins and hears someone swearing, and they're a witness but don't speak up, that's on them. They'll have to own that guilt, you know? Or if someone touches something super gross, like a dead unclean animal, beast, cattle, or creepy crawly, and doesn't even realize it, they're still unclean and guilty. Major U vibes. Same thing if they touch human uncleanness, whatever kind it is, and they don't notice at first. Once they figure it out, they're guilty. No getting out of it, bro. And if someone swears an oath to do something, whether good or bad, and forgets about it, then remembers later? Yeah, they're guilty too. Gotta own up to it. So, when someone realizes they're guilty of one of these things, they've gotta totally confess what they did wrong. Then, they bring their trespass offering to the Lord, a flawless female lamb or goat, for their sin. The priest will make atonement for them and handle it, so their guilt is forgiven. If they can't afford a lamb, they can bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons to the Lord, one for the sin offering, the other for the burnt offering. They take the birds to the priest, who handles the sin offering first. He'll wring off the bird's head, but not totally rip it apart. Super specific instructions, you know? Then he sprinkles some of the blood on the side of the altar, and the rest gets drained at the base. That's the sin offering, so intense. The second bird is burned as a burnt offering, just like usual. The priest makes atonement, and their sin is forgiven. How righteous is that? If they can't even afford birds, they bring 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a sin offering. But no oil or frankincense. It's a sin offering, not a fancy vibe. The priest takes a handful as a memorial portion and burns it on the altar with the fire offerings. It's totally holy. The priest makes atonement for their sin, and they're forgiven. The rest of the flour goes to the priest. It's basically a meat offering. Oh, and by the way, the Lord had a little chat with Moses and said, if someone sins accidentally in the holy things of the Lord, they need to bring a flawless ram from the flock as a trespass offering. The values in shekels of silver, sanctuary standard, okay? They also have to make up for the harm they caused, plus add 1/5 more, and give it to the priest. The priest will use the ram to make atonement, and they'll be forgiven. No worries after that. If someone sins by doing something forbidden in the Lord's commandments, even if they didn't realize it, they're still guilty and have to deal with it. Ignorance isn't an excuse, bro. They'll bring a flawless ram from the flock for a trespass offering. The priest will make atonement for the unintentional sin, and they'll be forgiven. Like, such a relief. This is totally a trespass offering. They definitely messed up against the Lord, but forgiveness is available. How awesome is that? Leviticus chapter 6. The Lord was talking to Moses and said, if someone totally sins and messes up by lying to their neighbor about something they were supposed to keep safe, or about a deal, or even something they stole or cheated to get, that's a big no-no. Or if they find something lost and lie about it, or even swear falsely about any of this stuff, yeah, that's a sin too, bro. When they realize they've messed up, they've gotta make it right. They have to give back what they stole, cheated for, or were supposed to take care of, plus anything they lied about. Oh, and they've gotta add 1/5 more to it as a bonus. Like pay it back with interest and make it right on the day they bring their trespass offering. Then they bring their offering to the Lord, a flawless ram from the flock totally perfect, according to its value, for their trespass. The priest will handle the atonement thing before the Lord, and their sin will be forgiven. Such a relief, right? Oh, and then the Lord told Moses again. Tell Aaron and his sons, here's the law about the burnt offering. The fire on the altar has to burn all night until morning. Like, no slacking, okay? The priest needs to put on his linen outfit, breeches and all, and clean up the ashes from the burnt offering. Then he puts them beside the altar. After that, he changes into different clothes and takes the ashes outside the camp to a clean spot. Keep it tidy, dudes. The fire on the altar has to stay lit all the time. Every morning, the priest adds wood, lays the burnt offering on it, and burns the fat from the peace offerings too. This fire is eternal. It can't go out. Ever. Gotta keep those holy vibes burning strong. Oh, and here's the law about the meat offering. Aaron's sons will present it before the Lord, right in front of the altar. The priest takes a handful of the fine flour, oil, and all the frankincense from the meat offering and burns it on the altar. It's a sweet aroma for the Lord, a total memorial moment. The rest of the meat offering is for Aaron and his sons to eat. But no yeast, it's gotta be unleavened bread, and they eat it in the holy place, in the tabernacle courtyard. No leaven, ever. This is their special portion of the fire offerings to the Lord. It's super holy, just like the sin and trespass offerings. Major divine vibes only, you know? So all the dudes in Aaron's family get to eat this offering. It's a forever thing, for all your generations. Anything that touches these holy offerings becomes totally holy too. Major sacred vibes. Then the Lord was talking to Moses again and said, "This is what Aaron and his sons have to offer to me on the day they're anointed, 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering. It's perpetual, half in the morning, half at night. You cook it in a pan with oil, and when it's baked, you bring it in. The baked pieces are offered up as a sweet aroma to the Lord. Like, so divine. Whoever of Aaron's sons gets anointed after him will offer this too. It's a forever statute for the Lord. And everything gets totally burned up. No snacking on this one. Every meat offering for the priest? Totally burned. No eating allowed, got it?" Then the Lord spoke to Moses again and said, "Tell Aaron and his sons, here's the law of the sin offering. It's killed in the same spot as the burnt offering, right in front of the Lord. It's super holy. The priest who offers it for sin, he gets to eat it. But only in the holy place, in the courtyard of the tabernacle. No sneaky snacks elsewhere, okay? Anything that touches the meat of the sin offering becomes holy. And if the blood gets on a garment, you've gotta wash it in the holy place. Keep it clean, dudes. If the meat is cooked in a clay pot, you've gotta break the pot afterward. If it's in a bronze pot, you scrub it and rinse it with water. No shortcuts. Only the dudes among the priests get to eat it, though. It's the holiest of holy meals. Oh, and if the blood from a sin offering is brought into the tabernacle to make atonement in the holy place, nobody eats that offering. It's gotta be burned up in the fire. No exceptions, okay?" Leviticus chapter 7. Okay, so, here's the law about the trespass offering. It's super holy. The trespass offering is killed in the same spot as the burnt offering, and the priest sprinkles its blood all around the altar. Then he offers all the fat, the rump, the fat covering the insides, the 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and that little flap of fat above the liver. It's all gotta go. The priest burns it all on the altar as a fire offering to the Lord. That's your trespass offering, dude. Only the dudes among the priests get to eat it, and they've gotta eat it in the holy place. Like, no casual snacking. It's super holy. The trespass offering is just like the sin offering, same rules apply. The priest who makes atonement gets to keep it. Oh, and the priest who offers someone's burnt offering gets to keep the skin from that offering. Sweet bonus, right? All the meat offerings baked in the oven, cooked in a frying pan, or on a regular pan are for the priest who offered them. Every meat offering, whether mixed with oil or dry, gets split evenly among all Aaron's sons. Like, fair shares for everyone. Now, here's the law about peace offerings offered to the Lord. If it's for Thanksgiving, they bring unleavened cakes mixed with oil, unleavened wafers brushed with oil, and fine flour cakes fried with oil. Yum! Oh, and they also bring leavened bread alongside their peace offering for Thanksgiving. They'll take one of the cakes as a heave offering to the Lord, and it goes to the priest who sprinkles the blood of the peace offering. The meat from the Thanksgiving peace offering has to be eaten the same day it's offered. No leftovers till morning, okay? But if it's a vow or a voluntary offering, they can eat it the same day and the next day too. Any leftovers on the 3rd day? Burn it up with fire. No third-day snacks allowed. If someone eats the meat on the third day, the offering isn't accepted. It's totally gross, and they'll be held accountable for that bad vibe. Any meat that touches something unclean can't be eaten, it's gotta be burned with fire. But if you're clean, you can totally eat the good stuff. But if someone eats the peace offering meat while they're unclean, that person gets cut off from their people. Serious consequences, bro. So if someone touches something super unclean, like a gross human thing, an unclean animal, or anything totally abominable, and then eats the meat from the peace offerings that are for the Lord, yeah, that person gets cut off from their people. Harsh but fair, bro. Then the Lord was chatting with Moses again and said, "Tell the Israelites this, no eating any kind of fat, from an ox, sheep, or goat. Like, totally off limits, okay? If an animal dies on its own or gets torn up by wild beasts, you can use its fat for other stuff, but you absolutely cannot eat it. No exceptions. If someone eats the fat from an animal that's supposed to be a fire offering to the Lord, they'll be cut off from their people. Seriously, don't do it. Oh, and no eating blood either, whether it's from birds or animals, wherever you live. Like, that's a hard no. If someone eats any blood, they're getting cut off from their people. That's the deal, dudes." Then the Lord had more to say to Moses. "Tell the Israelites this. Anyone offering a peace sacrifice to the Lord has to bring their offering themselves. Like, hands-on participation, you know? They'll personally bring the fat and the breast as an offering to the Lord by fire. The breast will be waved as a wave offering before the Lord. Total celebration vibes. The priest burns the fat on the altar, but the breast goes to Aaron and his sons. Sharing is caring, right? Oh, and the right shoulder of the peace offerings? That's for the priest as a heave offering. The son of Aaron who offers the blood and the fat of the peace offering gets the right shoulder as his portion. Like, it's his reward. I've taken the wave breast and the heave shoulder from the Israelites' peace offerings and given them to Aaron and his sons as a forever statute. It's their holy portion. This is Aaron's portion and his son's portion from the fire offerings to the Lord, from the day they were anointed to serve as priests. Totally sacred. The Lord commanded this to be given to them by the Israelites when He anointed them. It's a forever thing, passed down through all the generations. Epic, right? So here's the law about all the offerings: burnt meat, sin, trespass, consecrations, and peace sacrifices. The Lord laid this all out for Moses at Mount Sinai, when he told the Israelites to bring their offerings to the Lord while they were chilling in the wilderness of Sinai. How awesome is that?